Sproutcast.
What am I even doing?
Sproutcast. Let's go.
I don't know.
Whoop.
Maybe if we just do whatever.
Sproutcast. It'll be lit. Ooh. You best believe.
That Kazekawa guy's pretty fucking whack. Wait,
Huh? What you just say about me? No way. Listen, bro, suck your pee-pee. Hello and welcome to the first ever episode of the Sproutcast, the podcast for the outcast. My name is Kazekawa and I will be your host for the show. Hi everyone, thanks so much for coming by and tuning in, listening. You may or may not be listening in live. Either way, you'll be able to tune in whenever you feel pleased to do so, whether you may be driving to work, you know, the usual podcast stuff. Listen to it whenever. It's okay. In order to make it more of a podcast style show, I've decided to not have any BGM playing. Yeah, and I guess this first episode is an introductory episode where I just talk about where I'm planning to take the show, how I've written it down and everything. Yeah. Oh, CZ says that oh wait, no, not that one. Oh, Foss says. Oh. Excuse me. 6-9. Yes, today is June 9th. The 69 day. Very funny. Yeah. I just want to thank everyone again for coming in and tuning in. Oh my gosh. I did not expect this amount of people to be joining us live, and I'll be honest, I'm a bit flustered. I am losing my shit, but I'm trying to keep calm. Hello. Okay, so let's continue talking about the show. I have done everything so far myself. I have not had any help with the whatchamacallit, production of this show. Man, I'll be honest, before the podcast even started, I was sitting in front of my mirror. I was rehearsing, which is pretty lame, I guess. And now I feel so stupid because I'm not doing whatever the hell I was planning to say. But yeah, the intentions of this show are to bring your favorite VTubers, streamers, whatever, be they 2D or 3D, onto the show, where we will interview them, have chats, and just, you know, be people. I didn't want to make this seem too professional, because like I don't want it to be. I didn't want it to seem overproduced, or what would you call it? Fake. I don't want it to be fake. There we go. I wanted it to be a real conversations between real people, just talking about stuff. Of course, there's the interview section and stuff. And right before the stream, I was going to say that, well, I was thinking, I had an idea that it'd probably be a cool idea to have their viewers ask them questions, and we could do a Q&A here on the show. Although, yeah, I think we could do that. Foss says, bring them here to share what cringe stuff they most regret doing. Exactly, that's the kind of stuff I'm trying to do, honestly. There's going to be a section on the show where I've titled it Social Media, where we will be deep diving into all of their social media accounts on Anywhere and bring out the most cringe parts of them. Yes, exactly like that. Cold Coffee says, welcome. We dug up your tweets from 10 years ago. That's exactly what we're going to do. That's why I'm inviting one person on every week. And during the week before they come on, I'm going to be spending that time just diving right into their cringiest selves, putting them in the spotlight, you know? I want to make the show all about the guest. Of course, today being the introductory video. I'm alone. I do have an outline how I want each episode to go. Although I didn't go very in depth with it, I didn't make it super specific, and the reason for that is just because I want it to be very, fluid and what you call it, genuine, dynamic, I guess would be a good word. Oh, what else was I gonna say? The show, stuff about the show. I'm losing my mind already. Okay, one of the things I've thought about is if I ever do more solo shows where it's just me. I doubt that I have the ability to just continue talking for the whole hour, because I do plan for it to be a show where it only lasts around an hour, be it a little bit shorter or perhaps a little bit longer, depending on how things go with the guests. I assume today may or may not be a bit shorter. I'm not sure. I'm gonna try to keep it going though. Of course, there are things to talk about that's been happening recently that I'd love to talk about. I also have some tea here to help with my throat, because talking a lot, if you know or not know, hurts my throat a bit. One thing I also need to address is the interactions with chat during the live shows of the Sproutcast. As you may have heard already, I've come to the conclusion that I have to address everyone's name before reading their comment. For the folks at home who happen to not be watching and are just listening, that way nobody really gets, lost for context. That being said, if whenever I do happen to have a guest on, the chances of interactions with chat happening will probably be less likely. Of course, if there are any questions or anything in chat that catches my eye, I will of course read it out loud for both me and the guest to give an answer or just around. Also, Foss says no canceling. This is not drama alert. You are correct. This is not drama alert. We are not here to cancel. We're just here to poke fun, have fun. Yeah. And that'll be mainly it, honestly. The main part of this show is the guest, which is harder today because I haven't really prepared anything for myself. Cold Coffee says today's guest is John Cena. You can't see anybody there, but just because there's nobody there doesn't mean it's John Cena. Oh. But yeah. What I'd like to do is whenever we do have guests on, I'd like to talk to them about their day, their week, any sort of plans they have coming up, or just general news stuff that they want to share, whatever's happening in their lives and whatnot. And we'll let that continue on as long as it goes, and then we start going into Q&As, social media segment, and other things. I'll be honest, I wasn't really sure if I was ready to put out the Sproutcast. I'm still not 100% sure if I'm ready at all. I was kind of rushing yesterday because I forgot to do an ending sequence for the podcast. But I did it in like an hour, and here we are. So at the end of the stream, you will see how funky it looks and how how simple it is. But yeah, not being sure if I was ready or not. I still decided to put it out anyway because man, I don't know if you guys saw. You guys may not know this, but recently I did a collab stream where we played Phasmophobia with Heirong-yi, Palm VTuber, and Mary. Three great friends. And at the end of it, we had a little segment where we were kind of talking like this, and like it gave me the vision to just to go ahead and push forward with the podcast. Because it was so fun. Like, it was so fun just getting to talk with your friends and like learning more about the people like you consider your peers. It's such a good feeling. Like, I cannot stress enough how happy I am to be doing this. I'm so scared that it won't be to quality, won't be up to standards of other people. But I just wanted to put it out there. Like, part of me is so proud of this. Part of me is so proud of this. And at the same time, I'm terrified at the what would you call it? The reaction I may get. But honestly, screw it. And we already have a guest coming on next week, which is really cool too. I just hope people don't get annoyed listening to me for a whole hour. Oh. Whether I'm ready or not, this is the show now. This is what we're doing. The guest also gets tea, says Faust. That'll depend on them if they have their own tea. I can't be giving the guests their own tea. I don't know how I would do that. Oh. Yeah. Ever since becoming a VTuber, I've gained like so many friends, so many new people that I've met that I could possibly bring on the show. I was also considering whether if I should leave. And as an open invitation, should I make the show an open invitation? I'm not sure. That's something that I'd have to think about. That'll probably be for the future. See where it goes. I don't know. Maybe someday I run out of. Well, I don't know. I don't think I'd ever run out of people to bring onto the show because, like, God, there's so many VTubers out there now. But yeah, I assume that's the whole introductory to the show. I believe. Is there anything else I need to say about the show? Paul says open for normal people. I assume by normal people you mean like non-VTubers. That's something I'm still speculating. I'm still not sure. I mean, of course, yes, like other streamers, definitely. But when it comes to like other VTubers' fans, their viewers, other viewers, that's actually something I want to talk about. I'm not sure if I'll bring viewers on. It'll probably have to be, you know, concurrent viewers. People who show up often will probably be able to get onto the show, and have a chat. You know, I'd probably be okay with that. That'll be long in the future when we've had at least a few episodes out already. Which I think would be really cool because I'd love to interact with more of the viewers. That'd be so dope. Boss says pro players of some games would be cool. Yes, I think that would be cool as well. Like, if this show happens to become like, what would you say? Admirable enough, or if the show happens to become, I don't want to say famous, because fame is not what I'm looking for with the show, but it becomes well known enough to where even pro players of games would want to come on the show. I'd be so down for that. That'd be so cool. TZ says Jerry talking about his waifu for Waifus for 3 hours. Yes, that's exactly what's gonna happen. But yeah, I just want everything to go well. You know? I assume. Well, duh. Of course, I want everything to go well. Duh. But yeah, I think I've said everything I need about the show. Because every segment is basically, you know, pretty obvious to tell what the segment is even about. Once I bring a guest onto the show, everything's pretty self-explanatory. And hopefully next week, when our first guest comes into the show, you guys will enjoy it. And you guys will be able to see what I mean with all these segments and talking points. I really hope you guys all like the show, because I'm so excited for this. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm so excited for the show. I've wanted to do this for so long. Like, it's been like, since like 2016, I've thought about running a podcast, talk show kind of thing. Like, it's been a while since I've wanted to do this. And I've never had the resources and, you know, I've never felt confident enough in myself to put out a show like this. And here I am. Here we go. The Sproutcast, baby. We're here. It feels good. It feels good. Especially all the work I put in and stuff. And it feels so good. Although I still hope nothing turns to pot. And I don't know, even if it does, I assume I'll just still continue the show. Just something I really want to do, you know? False asks, do you think of bringing recurrent guests to talk about news and stuff happening in the community? Of course, yes. Nobody is ever only going to be invited onto the show once. Guests will be invited onto the show multiple times. Because, you know, nobody's lives ever stays the same. Things change, things happen. Of course, I'm going to be inviting more people. Inviting people more than once, yeah. Especially to discuss current events. Considering what happened recently. Pyrodor Shoes asks, can you invite? Well, that very well may happen. Pyrodor Shoes is talking about WoW ? One of a well-known VTuber clipper. He's a well-known VTuber clipper, I like to think. He may be onto the show. It's quite possible. Any clipper could be on the show, honestly. Because it's all about the community, you know? Like every guest, respective communities, I want them to have their joy whenever their waifus their waifus come onto the show. Why am I saying it like that? Their favorite VTubers come onto the show. I want it to be somewhere they can learn more about their guests. Official Bedson says, I love you, Jade. Oh, thank you, Bedson. Thank you. Now, I'd like to add that there may be some times where people may miss the live viewing of the podcast, and that's completely okay. If you ever do happen to miss the podcast live, you can always come back and have a listen, because they're episodic 1-hour shows. Hopefully not too much of your time, considering I always stream around 3 to 4 hours regularly whenever I'm just gaming. Kyrodor Shu says, but my waifu is you though. Thank you. I'm glad to be your waifu. Oh. Considering that we've now talked about the show, are there any more questions about the show? I'm curious. If you ever have any questions about the show, feel free to drop them in the comments or during live, or you can reply to me on my tweets on Twitter. You know, now that we've started the show, I now feel a bit unprepared. feel like I haven't prepared enough. And maybe I wasn't ready, but honestly, I still feel like I never would have been ready if I didn't if I didn't come onto the show and just start it right away. It's better to start things unprepared than to wait forever and not start at all. Yeah. It's hard. It's harder than I thought it'd be to just say whatever right off the bat of my head. I feel like it's especially harder when you don't have anyone to conversate with. Of course, I could conversate with chat, but that would just make it a free chat, and I feel like that would make it hard for you listeners at home to listen in. It's kind of hard for my brain to balance between viewers and listeners. Because I often find myself just now I found myself tipping sides towards listeners and viewers, where I should view it as a collective body of people. Yeah. That being said, I may seem a bit more calm, a bit more relaxed than my usual dumb and cursed self. And that's the whole point. This is just me relaxing, chilling, having fun. I don't want this podcast to be all about drama. I feel like some people might have gotten that impression that I was here to cause bad things to happen. That is not the case at all. Cause like I'm not here to like talk about. Of course, we're gonna talk about big things happening in the VTuber community, but we're not gonna talk about any sort of drama that's happening between VTubers, I believe. Yeah. Not that I ever hear of it or keep track of it at all, but that's not really what this is all about. We're just here to get to know people and give you a nice listening experience. Yes. That being said, speaking of the community, this morning, I believe it was this morning. I think it was around. Actually, it was midnight last night, where a certain someone made an announcement that they were graduating, and I'm sure all of you have heard about it, and I'm sure you all feel the weight of the dire news. I assume you all know who I'm talking about. And that's something I really wanted to talk about, because shit, yo. 2021 has been rough. I don't know what it is about this year, but everybody this year has, like, so many people this year have graduated from being a VTuber, and it shocks me considering that the big boom happened just last year. And I don't know, it's sad to find out that someone that influential is leaving the scene. But I always take someone graduating as a call to arms, to carry on the I don't know what to call it. Carry on the torch of being VTuber. It's up to us, new generation. Yes, that's the way I like to look at it. You know, you take every loss with solace. These things happen, and I believe it's up to us to be strong, you know? Nova Ayumu channel says, yes, carry on the torch. It's never a goodbye, but a see you later. Exactly. See you later. Roads cross, diverge, they go around, they go everywhere, and eventually they'll cross again. maybe, you know. So for those of you that are hurting, probably more than I am, keep at it, you know. Keep your chin up. Still a big news. Still a shocker though. Like honestly, such a shocker. I feel like I'm running out of things to say already. What a bad first episode. But hey, you know what? This first episode is to kickstart us off to help us learn for future episodes. This would be so much easier with another person. Oh. Ooh. Nova Ayumu channel says Nova next guest. Yes, that is the reveal, everybody. Nova Ayumu will be our next guest on the show starting next week, where we will interview her. And nobody tell her about the social media thing, okay? That's kind of a secret. Anyways, perhaps today's show will be a tiny bit short. I feel like I've talked a lot about the show already. I've discussed where I wanted it to go. I've discussed the people I want on the show, interactions with chat. Honestly, I want to thank everybody for tuning in, whether you're listening or watching. It means a lot. I did not expect this kind of outcome when I first released the show. Frankly, I'm overwhelmed and it means so much to me. Thank you all. Boss asks, Jay, what kind of plant are you? Are you a tea leaf or a prickly plant? Don't you know? Everybody knows. Nobody knows. I don't even know. But yeah, it means the world to me. I didn't expect this. And I hope future episodes will maintain a wonderful experience, a quality content for your ears or eyes, be it listen or watching. I just feel really good right now, okay? Oh. Corridor Shoes asks, I hate that word. Did you born from bean or from human mama? Okay, I feel like we need to talk about my lore a bit now, because everybody's asking about my plant and what kind of plant I am. 450 million years ago, there were no plants. No plants were on the earth. And one day, a sprout started growing out of the earth. And once it reached to this stage, like it is on my head, I popped out of the ground. Human form. And that's it. My mother, Earth. Yes. I'm quite old. Oh. I feel like I should probably end it here, but I don't want to. I don't want to, but I don't really have anything more to discuss about the show. Although I suppose podcasts could be about anything. You could just talk about whatever, and that's kind of the goal that I'm trying to go for. Where people can just come in and like just listen to me or the guests just talk about whatever. Just having fun. Now, Actually, I have one more thing to show. If you happen to be a viewer, sorry for the listeners at home, there's this screen where I will have I'm not there now, but I will be on there with a guest, and we will have websites, images, and other variety of things, any sort of media, show up on the big screen. And on the big screen is where we will be showing the guests some of their, as I said before, their tweets and their social media posts. That way, those viewing at home will be able to see it as well. Yeah, and sometimes we may be looking at news stories, or we may be looking at some articles where, I don't know, we just look at funny stories, and that'll be up there as well. Jerry Solis asks, is this where the canceling will take place? No canceling will happen. I have made that very clear. No canceling will happen. Alright, back to the main screen. Or art, exactly. Maybe it'd be nice to show some fan art of our guests. Yeah, I think that'd be nice. Now, of course, I feel like this should be something. I'm going to talk about something. I don't know if it's considered controversial, but part of me feels like it's controversial. Maybe I should have second opinions on this, because I'm not sure if I should allow. Saying allow sounds really weird. I don't know. I don't want to say allow, because that seems kind of authoritative. Wait, that's not a word. Authoritative. Wait, what? What's the word? Authoritative? Yeah. But when I was thinking about it, if I ever bring guests on, should I give them the ability? Should I allow them to also stream their end? Something I've thought about. Because originally I thought, you know, this is something I've worked on, and it's something that I put a lot of effort into. And I wasn't sure if, I don't know, because it's supposed to be a show, you know? This is supposed to be a show. But then, like, I don't want it to be so restrictive that, like, I don't allow other VTubers to stream their end if they wanted to stream it. What would I do in that situation, you know? Do I expect people to be respecting of how I envision my show, or because, like, I feel like I'm disrespecting other people if I don't allow them to do it, you know? And that's something I was thinking about while I was creating the show and thinking about it and planning it. I don't know. Noba says, it's up to them. I'm next guest. I wouldn't see. Foss says that should be an accord between you guys. That's something interesting to think about. I would assume that if the other party is adamant, or not, I don't want to say adamant. I don't want to get it to a point where it's like an argument where, like, it's like, oh, it's not fun anymore. I don't want it to get at that point, you know. So, like, if a guest comes and says they want to stream their end, I will let them. I'm not gonna say I will let them. I'm just gonna say I'm okay with it. Yeah, there we go. Yeah. I guess that's one thing of the show I haven't planned out. Oh. Excuse me, I have to. I feel a burp coming on. I feel a burp. Okay, never mind. You heard my crack? Oh gosh. Anyways, what else is there to say? Oh, I already have an extensive list of guests I'm planning to bring onto the show. I've already discussed with some people way back in the past about how I would invite them onto the show, and that's definitely gonna happen. The thing I was talking about earlier with the Phasmophobia collab that I had with Heidong and Palm, that little segment we did at the end where we had a little chat, I might bring them both on at the same time again because it was very fun. Of course, I'm going to bring them on separately at first, and I'll have them both on. You guys may not know who Heidong and Palm is, but they're two really cool Twitch streamers, Twitch VTubers. Yeah, they're cool. I don't know. I don't know how it is, but at some points I feel like I know a lot of people, but sometimes I feel like I should get to know more people, and I guess that's also one thing about this show. Like, if I happen to like get well known enough to where I can get like complete strangers onto the show, I'd love that so much. That'd be so cool. Like, to have people like want to be on my show instead of man, I sound so am I dreaming too hard? Yeah, I'm dreaming too hard. Either way, but enough dilly-dallying. I believe that's gonna be it for today's show. Very short. I guess it's not that short. We got like 40% of the way there. 60% of the way there. So I think that's okay with me. Thank you so much, everyone, for tuning in to the first episode of the Sproutcast. Yo, I hope it was successful to me, because wow, there's so many people here. That's so crazy to me. Nova says, yes, a lot of dreams, but never think dreams are too much because they can happen if you work for it. Yes, I am working hard every single day. Yeah, I bust my ass every single day, not gonna lie. I work so hard, Jesus. Oh. I'm always doing stuff behind the scenes, yo. Anyways, yeah. Thank you so much for tuning in. Means the world to me. Jerry Solis asks, when is the episode where you go into a deep talk about what a casserole? To be honest, I don't know what casseroles are. But we'll see you guys next time. Thank you so much for tuning in. I really appreciate you all listening in. I didn't expect this much of a turnout. I hope you guys come next time where we actually have a guest and we'll actually have a lot of more talking going on, and it's not just me being stupid and okay, bye. Thank you so much, everyone. Big Green signing out.